Oh, there we go. I was muted too. Jeez, man. I'm not with it, y'all. What's the trade value on those players who didn't get what? That didn't get an extension? Like Marcus May. Trade value on Marcus May is probably like a second rounder. Second or third. I'd say. Cody, welcome. Good morning. Rams, New Jerseys, they look the exact same in my opinion. I think the only thing that's really different is the shoulders. They had so much potential with the Rams jerseys with the color scheme, but they just look kind of, you know, plain. Been making them play on franchise tags. Ignore the hat. It looks stupid, but my hair. I didn't do anything with my hair this morning. Team making players play on the franchise jersey, on the franchise tags. They just don't want to extend them yet. There was reports yesterday that Chris Godwin could get extended before the deadline. That report literally came out like a few hours after I made my Chris Godwin video saying he wouldn't get extended before the deadline. So, of course, that happens to me. Oh, it's okay, Boats. It's okay, buddy. Look at that. Jeez. Can Tampa Bay not afford Godwin? Probably not right now. I mean, I wouldn't imagine. They literally re-signed their entire Super Bowl roster. I doubt they could really extend him and give him money that he wants. That's the thing. Because what's that guy's name? Kenny Golladay? Didn't he get like $18 million a year just for signing with the New York Giants? And he's not a top tier wide receiver, like, I don't think. You think Kenny Golladay is top 15? I don't know. I don't think so. Well, let's look. Let's look at the Kenny Golladay stats. Eh? Only 4 professional seasons, okay? He's only had a catch rate or a catch percentage above 60% in one season so far. Not great in my opinion. 2017, as a rookie, he was 24 years old. I mean, what? He appeared in 11 games as a rookie, starting 5. 28 catches, 477 yards, 3 touchdowns. All right, not great. I mean, as a rookie, I guess it's whatever. 2018, at the age of 25, he appeared in 15 games, started 13, 119 targets, 70 catches, his first 1,000-yard campaign, and 5 touchdowns. Is he more media hype than a top 15 wide receiver? Okay, YouTube, what's going on? Tanner here with NFL Broadcaster, making a clip from this live stream. Is Kenny Golladay a legit top 15 wide receiver? Because we were just talking about Chris Godwin and the fact that he might try to get extended before the deadline. But Kenny Golladay is making what, like $18 million a year? What will a guy like Chris Godwin want? And are they on the same level when it comes to like wide receiver tier? Well, I'm here to discuss that. I was saying, in 2017 as a rookie, at the age of 24, that's kind of old for a rookie, he caught 28 passes on 48 targets for 477 yards and 3 touchdowns. I guess it's like average stats for a rookie, right? I think the thing that really took off for Kenny Golladay was the fact that on his sophomore season, he had 119 targets, 70 of those were catches, 1,063 yards and 5 touchdowns. That was a 58.8% catch rate. 2019 was his career season where he appeared and started all 16 games. He had 3 less targets than he did the year before. He had 116 targets, but he also had 5 less receptions. He had 65 receptions, 1,190 yards. So he had less receptions and less targets, but his yards per catch, yards per reception was higher by 3 yards. So he caught 11 touchdowns in 2019 with Detroit with Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. This was lower than his rookie and sophomore season when it came to catch percentage. This was 56% on the dot. In 2020, he appeared and started 5 games, 32 targets, 20 catches, 338 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, you could say 2 touchdowns in 5 games, 20 catches in 5 games. Not bad, really. I mean, you could tell he was going to be off to a good season. He was going to have a good season at the age of 27 in 2020. Last season, he was going to have a good year. More than likely, but he was injured. But just looking at the question here in the chat was, is Kenny Golladay more media hype than he was legit top 15 wide receiver? I could almost guarantee I could name 14, 15 other guys that I would like before Kenny Golladay. Now, if you disagree with that, that's on you. We all have our own opinions. But I'm just saying, I don't think Kenny Golladay has shown enough to be a top 15 wide receiver. He looks great on the field. He can be flashy. He can make really good contested catches. Same with Marvin Jones Jr., though, who's on a different team now. I forget where he signed. But he can make really great contested catches, but the only reason he's ever caught over 60% of his targets was because he only had 32 targets in 2020. 20 receptions on 32 targets. He caught 62.5% of those. That number would have dropped probably over the course of the full season. His career catch percentage rate is 58.1. If you were going by school standards, that's an F. 3,068 career yards in his 4-year career and 21 touchdowns. That's not bad, okay? I'm not saying that's like awful. I'm just saying I don't think he's done enough to be considered a top 15 wide receiver. Especially not signing with the Giants for what, like $18 million a year. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Not worth it, in my opinion. He could be great. He can be flashy. He can make really good contested catches. But if I had the right coaching staff, if I was confident in my coaching staff and I knew that I could develop other wide receivers who are younger, because at the age of 27, only spending 4 years in the league, he was kind of old for a rookie. He was 24 as a rookie. That's pretty old. Not saying 24 is old, but it's old for a rookie. If you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. So, you guys tell me in the comments what you think. Is Kenny Golladay a true top 15 wide receiver? Did he deserve to be paid that much per year? I know it was like a huge contract. I don't know if it was $18 million a year, but it was like somewhere around that. So, that's like setting a standard for these tier 2 wide receivers. Is Chris Godwin going to want an extension that matches that? And I wouldn't pay Chris Godwin that much either. We went over his stats yesterday. So, you guys tell me in the comments what you think. Make sure you subscribe. Hit like. Thanks. Okay, I had to make a video there. So, clipping it from the live stream. That's how we do it. Steelers fullback Nix has announced retirement. Steelers fullback Nix. Is he good? Is it Keyshawn or Roosevelt Nix? Who's the Steelers fullback? Is he worst free agent contract of the offseason? I mean, most people would say no, Boats. But I don't know who I'd put in that talk. Who was the worst free agent signing? Or who, at least the contract. Is it Keyshawn? No, he's with the Raiders. Man, I would have to look at all the free agent signings of the offseason because there were so many. When you go to like wide receivers, I know the Patriots signed like 5 or 6 wide receivers. Okay, so I tried to record my podcast yesterday, right? And Anchor wouldn't distribute my podcast because it said my logo was infringement. I know that NFL Rumors has copyrighted their logo and copyrighted their account, but they gave me permission to use their information. So that's why I'm confused. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, is it even worth recording my podcast? I guess it is. Everybody, what is going on? We had just talked about Kenny Golladay and if he was a top 15 wide receiver. My answer was no. He didn't deserve I'm not saying he didn't deserve the amount of money he was paid, but I do think it was more than most would bargain for, I feel like, in his position. He was considered like, I don't know, he just got all this hype as soon as, teams were searching for Kenny Golladay. There was so much hype around him. I'm like, I know that he's had a reputation for like 2 seasons since his sophomore season was so good. His 3rd season was okay because he had over 1,000 yards, but then his 4th season in 2020, less than 1,000, less than 500. He only played 5 games. But like, there's so much hype around him. I don't consider him top 15. But we had an issue yesterday trying to distribute the podcast. My episode wouldn't distribute. Said that Anchor told me that the logo was infringement or something like that. So I have permission from the NFL Rumors team to use their logo. I know they have a copyright claim as well. They have copyrighted their account. They're basically verified, so, but they've given me permission, so we're just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But I am still recording regardless. Going to try to distribute it. We just got word that the Steelers fullback Nix has announced retirement. What's his first name? Roosevelt Nix. I thought I just looked him up. Okay. Here we go. Roosevelt Nix announced his retirement from the NFL. Is that true? Let me look. Let me open up Twitter real quick, just to verify. Yeah, so you're right. Roosevelt Nix. YouTube, what is going on? Tanner here with NFL Broadcaster. Roosevelt Nix, Steelers fullback, has announced his retirement from the NFL at age 29. He wore number 45. As a rookie in 2015 at the age of 23, Roosevelt Nix started 4 games, appeared in 15. He did a lot of receiving, honestly, because I don't see any recorded rushing stats on him his rookie season. That is interesting. But he had 3 targets in the passing game, caught 2. That's really it. But as a sophomore in 2016, he appeared in only 10 games, but he started 2. Had 2 catches on 2 targets. And that's it. Third year, 2017. It says it was his, there's an asterisk beside it, so that was his career season. Appeared in all 16 games, started 4. He had 2 receptions on 3 targets. And a touchdown. So good for him. He caught a touchdown, his first career touchdown, it looks like. And then he also rushed. So this time he had 3 rushes. This is 0 yards, but he had a rushing touchdown as well. That is odd. He had 3 rushes, but netted 0 yards. That's cool. And a touchdown. So he actually had 2 touchdowns that season. 1 rushing, 1 receiving. 2018 at the age of 26. He appeared in all 16 games. He started 0, but he had 4 receptions on 6 targets for 38 yards and no touchdowns. 2019 at the age of 27. He only appeared in 3 games, started 0, 2 receptions on 3 targets for 4 yards, 0 touchdowns. I guess he didn't play in 2020. He must have opted out or was a free agent. And he basically announced his retirement today. He's got 60 career games under his belt that he appeared in. But that's crazy that he has 60 games that he's appeared in. And he only has 12 receptions for 69 yards and a touchdown. And 4 rushes for 4 yards and a touchdown to show for that. That is crazy. Crazy, weird stats for an NFL player there. I mean, at the fullback position, I guess people would say a position that's like faded out. But, you know, there's been teams that are trying to bring it back. But he had a nice 70.6% catch rate on his career. So he retired at the age of 29. So he wants to stay healthy. Can't blame the guy. He did things that most people would dream of, and that is playing in the NFL. There's a question, is it Will the Steelers win their division this year, or will they miss the playoffs? I don't see them winning the division. I think the Browns could be up there to compete for that division. But they also have Baltimore, right? So it's going to be a tight division for sure. Will the Steelers make the playoffs? I have them making a wild card, maybe between them and the Ravens. I think that it could be, like I said, it's going to be a tight division. But AFC North, it's going to be tight. Steelers, maybe a wild card, but I don't really see them competing for a Super Bowl this season, no. But thank you guys for watching this video on Roosevelt Nix, who retired at the age of 29 in 2021. Oh. Yeah, I don't have the Steelers winning their division. Let's see. AFC North. I did type in AFC, right? I didn't realize the Bengals were in the AFC North. Okay, so I was really only thinking of those three teams. The Steelers, the Browns, and the Ravens all have a chance at making the playoffs, but I don't really have the Steelers winning their division. They've won their division lots in the last decade. But, you know, Baltimore has always been up there with them. The Browns, though, the last 2 years have been one of those teams, been trying to grow, and last year they finally did something. The Bengals, I still don't, they're not going to win the division. They're going to be a step better than they were last year because they'll have Joe Burrow back. But if they can keep Joe Burrow healthy, they're slowly getting better. Joe Burrow is a dog, man. I feel like he's going to do great things. Cody, you asked about Nate Solder. What is your question on Nate Solder? Who's he with now? Is he with the Giants still? He's 33 years old. Jeez. What kind of stats can you get from Pro Football Reference on offensive linemen? Are the Browns a legit Super Bowl contender? If Baker Mayfield can play anything like he did last year or the previous seasons, I think that they do have a chance. But I don't know. It's a good question, man. It's a good question. We'll go to AFC North standings. Yeah, we'll go by year. Sure. Okay, this just says last year. What? What year was this? That ain't right. What year is that? The Bengals did not win that division last year. Why is it saying that? That ain't right. That ain't accurate. Giants, could he get replaced? Nate Solder could get replaced. I mean, if he's injured or something. I mean, at the age of 33, it's hard to push past the age of 33. For sure.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard.
What is this?
Down below me, bully boys blow. Soon may the weather
Weller, man. Can you guys hear the music?
The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow.
Soon
May the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take
that sounds
our leave
funny.
and go.
If you're listening on Anchor or Spotify, you can't hear the background music, but it's pretty funny.
And caught her all hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low.
It's on this playlist.
Come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Soon may the Wellerman come.
Take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed.
Have you seen the Trailer Park version? Trailer Park Boys version of this is so good. Jets record prediction. Well, let's look at the standings from last year, okay?
For 40 days or even more, the line went slack. Then tight once more, our boats were lost. There were only 4.
They went 2-14. They were the worst team in the league. They had the first overall pick, didn't they? No, the Jacksonville Jaguars had the first overall pick. They took Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson was selected second overall from to the New York Jets. I have the Jets. I mean, they're going to win like probably 4. No. I have the Jets at least winning 6 games next year. Maybe pushing it. I don't know, man. It's got a good beat. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. They have, new coaching, new quarterback play. They've got some new receivers, new faces, a bright future ahead of them. It's a good question, though. Lo-fi Christmas. I like listening to stream beats because it's not, I never get copyright claimed on it. So thank you to Harris Heller for making stream beats. But if we're looking at what happened last year, the Browns definitely have a chance at winning the division. Are they Super Bowl competitors? If they play anything like they did last season, yeah, they can compete. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt at running back. You got Jarvis Landry, OBJ. If they can stay healthy. Yeah, it'll be great. We have 7 people watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are leaving a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribing as well. It helps me out very, very much. Which team will you have as the most improved record, or what team will fall off this year? Great questions. Great questions. Let me think about that. That's a tough one to answer. Okay, I think I have an answer. YouTube, what's going on? I had a question in the chat. Which team do I see as the most improved in 2021? Who will have the most improved record in 2021? And then there's a question, which team do I see falling off the most in 2021? Okay, this is tough because as far as record goes, you're going to choose a team that had like one of the worst records in the NFL. I could easily say the Jacksonville Jaguars will have the most improved record because they only won one single game last year, right? They only won one game last year. The New York Jets could also be in that conversation because they only won 2 games last year. But my answer to that question, I'm going to have to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. That may surprise a lot of you guys. But if Joe Burrow comes back healthy and he play anything like he did as a rookie, competing, and Joe Burrow can play, he can compete. He's got the swagger for it, you know? Joe Burrow can really compete. And now he's got Thaddeus Moss there, his tight end from college. He'll have Jamar Chase, which was also his teammate in college. They won a national championship together in 2019. I think they did some work on the offensive line. I'd have to go back. I'd have to look at their draft. I'd have to look at their free agency moves, see what they did on the defense as well. But their offense is greatly improved already. You still have Tyler Boyd. You lost the depth guys. Is it Eric Dickerson or some other name? There's another name, or no, Erickson or something like that was a wide receiver. He was like a depth guy though. They lost him. They haven't really had a standout tight end, but it looks they might be giving Thaddeus Moss a chance, which I think is a good idea, especially with the connection he's had with Joe Burrow. I see the Cincinnati Bengals improving to like 7 wins. I see them winning like 3 more games, which to me is more than I could say about the Jets or Jaguars. I don't see them winning 7 games. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals. And after that, honestly, I would choose the Denver Broncos as the most improved record in 2020. That's only if the Broncos find a stable quarterback situation, though. But Cincinnati Bengals, I think I'm pretty confident in. I like what they're doing there. Which team do I see falling off the most, though? As far as record goes and playoff appearances go, I see the Miami Dolphins having the best chance of falling off from what they did last year. They had a great defense last year. Kept them basically in every single game. I think they ranked like number 1 overall in defensive categories, or like number 2. They have Tua there at quarterback, but I don't know. As far as their offense goes, I don't have full faith in their offense. I've heard reports that or rumors, I don't know if it was like factual reports, but I know I've read things about the playbook being pretty complicated. They're trying to overcomplicate things with the offense there. I know they have Jalen Waddle. He's got new weapons there. Mike Gesicki done pretty well, and I see him being a pretty good tight end next year. But I don't have full faith in that offense, so I do think the Miami Dolphins have a really good chance of falling off the most. You know, maybe dropping to like winning 6 games. They went 10-6 last year. But you got to remember though, they're playing a 17-game season this year. So you got to keep that in mind. After the Miami Dolphins, I do see maybe the Steelers also falling off a lot. I just don't think they're going to have the team that they did last year. They went on they started 11-0 last year, and everybody already believed that was a fluke. And then I think they finished the season 1-5 because they went overall 12-4. So they didn't end it too great. Yeah, their last 5 games they went 1-4. So that explains it. Those are the 2 teams that I see falling off the most and improving the most. You guys tell me what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. "22 more days until Cowboys versus Steelers Hall of Fame game. Let's go." I'm not even a Cowboys fan, not even a Steelers fan, but it is football, so that's good. I gotta share a link to somebody real quick. I guess you can see my chat here. My dad says, "I was watching you text me." I guess he's watching. So hello, Father. Thanks for tuning in. You're not supposed to see my messages on Twitter either, but we're recording the desktop right now, so we're gonna go boop here. We're gonna fix that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I've been trying to record on Anchor, but yesterday they didn't let me distribute my episode. So, but Dad, since you tuned in, we just talked about the team that I see falling off the most record-wise and the team that I see improving the most record-wise across the NFL. The team that I said that could improve the most was, I think, did I say the Cincinnati Bengals? Because Joe Burrow, Thaddeus Moss, Jamar Chase, I think they've done some work on the offensive line. They lost a lot of key players, though, in the defense, and I think they tried to replace them with some... They lost a couple, like great players, and I think they replaced them with some mediocre players. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if their defense can improve. They've lost Geno Atkins. You got Geno Atkins. You got the guy, Carlos Dunlap with this Seattle Seahawks. I think Geno Atkins is going to have a visit with the Cowboys from what I've heard. So I don't know what they're going to do on defense. I believe that they also lost like a star cornerback. But if their offense could play really well and just score a bunch of points, you may not need a star defense. So I don't know there, but I do see the Bengals improving. Beyond that, like I said, the Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars only winning 3 games between the two teams. Those teams have a pretty good chance of improving just because they had such a low record. But the team that I see who could fall off the most is the, I said Miami Dolphins, just because, I mean, winning 10 games last year was pretty big for them. Their defense kept them in most of their games. They had a really great defense last year. If their defense can at all play how they did last year, it'll still keep them in the games. But if their defense doesn't play like they did last year, I don't see their offense keeping them in a game. Tua has a lot to prove. And from what I've read or heard, there's like rumors flying around that their playbook is apparently complicated for him to understand, stuff like that. I don't know. Also, the Bills. If Josh Allen does not have a season like he did last year, that team tanks. I think that if Josh Allen cannot do what he did last year, that team is not going to do near as well. They have a pretty, I would say, above average defense. They have an above average offense right now, just between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. But if they lose Diggs, I don't know. It's just the Buffalo Bills could be a question mark there. The AFC North is always going to be a tight one. Let's look at the stats Joe Burrow put up last year before he got injured, though. In 2020, he's 24 as a rookie? I mean, for a rookie, that's kind of old, okay? But I think he sat out like a junior year, or no, he started at LSU's junior year, and then he blew up his senior year, and then they won the championship. But he was an Ohio State quarterback, and then transferred, so that may be the reason why. He went 2-7-1 last year as a starter. He completed 65.3% of his passes, which is honestly like an average season, even for a starting quarterback who's experienced. But as a rookie, you gotta think about that. As a rookie, and he had 404 attempts in 8 games. That's kind of a lot. And only completing 264 passes, he passed for 2,688 yards and 13 touchdowns, 5 picks. Pretty good stats for a rookie, okay? For Joe Burrow, only playing in 8 games. Let's see. His longest pass was 67 yards. And he averaged 268 passing yards per game. He had an 89.8 QBR, basically. Pretty solid. I think that's very solid. He would have been up there with Justin Herbert, competing for Rookie of the Year or Offensive Player or Offensive Rookie of the Year, whatever Herbert had won last season. I think that would. I think he would have been in that conversation for sure. 8 games, 13 touchdowns. Not bad. He had 173 fantasy points. Now, if we go look at Justin Herbert, what did he do? Justin Herbert. All right. He's 2 years younger as a rookie. He's age 22. And he just turned 23 in March. Looks like so he did play and start in 15 games. He went 6-9. Oh my gosh, Joe Burrow was throwing that ball a lot. Because Justin Herbert only had 595 attempts in like 15 games. Joe Burrow only played 8 games and he had like 400 and something. Joe Burrow was going to do good. He completed 66.6% of his passes. That's really impressive. 4,336 yards as a rookie. 4,336 yards, 31 touchdowns. 31 touchdowns. Let me say it again. 31 passing touchdowns for a rookie in Justin Herbert. Only 10 picks. I never like to see interceptions in double digits, but as a rookie, that's totally understandable. And usually rookies throw way more than 10 interceptions, like way more. Very impressive. 31 passing touchdowns. That's going to be hard for him to live up to. How is he ever going to try to beat his rookie season? Like, not saying that he can't. It's not impossible by any means. It's just that he set such a bar for himself as a rookie. If Justin Herbert does not bounce back and have like a very similar season, he could be like, boom, just disappointment in the eyes of Chargers fans. Not saying that he's not going to play well, but if he doesn't live up to what he did as a rookie, in Chargers fans' eyes, they may be like, who's this guy? Why isn't he playing the way he did? You know, kind of thing. I'm like, well, look at his stats. He's not like he's playing horrible. I just see that as being a potential issue. He had a 98.3 passer rating, and his quarterback rating was only 69.5. That's not very high, though, is it? So I wonder about that. That's weird. But I did watch several of his games last year, and some of the stuff I saw him do was very impressive. Justin Herbert, he was a quarterback at Oregon, wasn't he? Yeah, college Oregon. Well, it looks like Anchor finished recording a 30-minute episode. Let's see if they'll let me post it today. I doubt it, but we'll see. Chargers finished with a 7-9 record last season. They had a bunch of injuries again, though. We'll see. We'll see if they can do anything to get better. It's going to be an interesting season for the Los Angeles Chargers. I still want to say San Diego Chargers. I always liked the San Diego Chargers. Had a better ring to it. But LAC is kind of cool too. Lionel Messi, Barcelona reached agreement on a new 5-year deal that is significant wage cut from previous contract per sources. That's an ESPN alert. But isn't Messi like 30-something years old? I'm not a soccer fan though. Will Nick Bosa beat out Aaron Donald for the Defensive Player of the Year? No. I don't think. I mean, the only reason he could is because he's younger. But Aaron Donald has shown like no signs of slowing down, really. Nick Bosa's coming off that ACL tear. I don't see that happening. I really don't see it happening. But there's got to be some year that Aaron Donald just halts. You know, he's not going to be doing this into his entire career. There's no way he can keep it up. So some year he's going to have to slow down and he won't win Defensive Player of the Year. But it's super impressive, though, that he has. I think 2019 was Stephon Gilmore. And if Stephon Gilmore... he's like 30-something now, or 30 or 31, so he may not keep that up. And Stephon Gilmore had an injury-plagued season last year, and he just didn't play as well. So we'll see if Gilmore can bounce back. But I don't know who else is really going to give him a running for his money there. Maybe Xavier Howard, the cornerback, if he does anything like he did years previous with like interceptions and stuff. A sleeper I have, though, in cornerback, which I'm a biased Green Bay Packers fan, but Alexander, holy cow, he's done really good things. I remember watching him, I think as a rookie, watching him against Brandon Cooks when Cooks was on the Ram. I believe it was Cooks, or it was like Woods or somebody. But he started 11 games as a rookie. Super impressive. 13 games appearances. He had 1 interception, so you're going to be like, 1 interception? That's not so great. 11 pass breakups. Look at that. 11 pass breakups, which is very good. And those were against like elite wide receivers. He went against great wide receivers every game. He did really well. Great things. He had 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles, or no, 0 forced fumbles, but 2 fumble recoveries. And he had half a sack. 66 total tackles. Get this, 13 games. As a rookie, that was his season high. And tackles was 66 tackles. 61 of those were solo. As a rookie, starting only 11 games, appearing in only 13. Holy cow. Alexander, dude. In 2019, he started all 16, played in all 16. 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 0 sacks, only 58 total tackles, but 50 were solo. 2 tackles for loss, 0 quarterback hits. You're gonna be like, what? 17 pass breakups here. 17 as a sophomore. 17 pass breakups. Goodness gracious, that's a lot. And at the age of 23 in 2020, super young guy, super young. Started and played in all 15 games. Well, 15 games. I guess he missed a game. 1 interception, 13 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, 0 fumble recoveries for the first time in his career. But he did have a sack, so he made up for the fumble recovery with a sack. 51 total tackles, which was a career low. 40 of those were solo, career low as well. But he had 11 assists, which was a career high. He had 2 tackles for loss and 1 quarterback hit. And a safety! Jair Alexander, one of the most underrated cornerbacks, putting up great stats, doing a lot of great things. I hope he has an amazing career. Only 23 years old. Just turned 23 in February. He'll be heading into the season at the age of 23. I'm a big fan, Jair Alexander. I'm a big Packers fan, though. But Alexander, dude, you're a guy we've been needing for a long time. They better not let you go. He's a cornerback playing on a rookie contract who's going to be demanding a lot of money. He's going to have a huge market, I think. But the Packers better not mess this one up. They need him. If Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay, they absolutely need Alexander. That's a key part of the defense now. If he can keep up, I mean, that's 3 great seasons back to back to back. As a rookie, how do you have that great of a season as a rookie? That's nuts. But we're going to have to see about this, you know. Packers cannot mess this one up. He's heading into a contract year. So, guys, it is 9 a.m. I want to thank you so much for watching this live stream. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you leave a like. If you're still here watching, leave a like on this video. It's only got 3 likes right now. So, like it up, share it, comment, share it, like it up, share it. Just subscribe, okay? Thanks for watching, y'all. Boats, see you later. Cody, see you later. Thanks for keeping the chat alive. You're welcome, Boats. Thank you once again. I will see you guys. I leave for vacation tomorrow, and I'll be gone for 10 days, so it'll be a while before I do a live stream, but I will try to keep you updated on YouTube or via Instagram and Twitter. So, Boats, if you don't have Instagram or Twitter, you might want to think about it. I can post there every single day. I have 24,000 followers on Instagram, Boats, so tune in to the really big, active community on Instagram. Thank you once again. Tanner is out of here.